Welcome to Amnesia Rebirth. This is a game from Frictional Games, and it's the third one I'll be doing. The first one I did was Soma, the second one I did was Amnesia the Dark Descent, which is actually a little backwards because they came out in the exact opposite order. This one is an indirect sequel to Amnesia the Dark Descent as far as I know. It takes place in the same universe and all that, but has a different character, different story, you know, that kind of deal. Different setting. I also played Amnesia Justine, which didn't really have any merit for me. I didn't really care it too much. Now, Soma and Amnesia Descent were both masterpieces. With the exception of one category, that being gameplay for Soma and the end of the story for Descent, they were both perfect to me. Like, straight up. So those games were excellent. Soma is one of the best games I've ever played in general, and Amnesia Descent is the best horror game I've ever played. And I love horror games. Now, those games, that has some accolades to it. And normally I'd say, this game has a high bar to reach up to. Let's see if I can reach it. But this time, I have no doubt in my mind, no doubt, that this game will be able to reach or even ascend the bar set by both of them. Here's the thing about it. Amnesia Descent had a weaker story, weaker narrative. It had a good story, but it wasn't as focused on the narrative. Soma's focus was the narrative, and then Amnesia had better gameplay. Amnesia had a good thing on gameplay, Soma had a good thing on narrative. Well, what Frictional Games did, of course, was they took the best of both worlds for this game. This game has the narrative from Soma, or at least according to them, according to Thomas something is the name of the guy who's in charge of Frictional. According to Frictional themselves, this game is the best of both worlds. Has a good narrative like Soma and good gameplay like The Descent. So this game, I can't wait for it. Now, another thing I want to point out too is that, and these are both aspects of it. One is from Soma and one is from Amnesia the Dark Descent. Because when I edit these things, I tend to notice shit that I didn't notice when I was actually playing them. And speaking of them, narrative and gameplay wise, when it comes to Soma, one thing I realized during editing is that so a lot of horror games, and Frictional is no different, have their story both in character dialogue and in files spread along the environment, or audio clips. Sometimes games use that, like the data buffer in Soma. Well, Soma also uses a lot of environmental storytelling, where you can tell exactly what's going on simply by the environment around you. And I noticed that during editing. I ended up noticing it because I know the story for Soma now, and I noticed that during the environment, it was giving it all away. I was like, wow. So for this game, I'm probably not gonna catch everything, but I'm gonna be looking around the environment for clues as to the story. I'm gonna do my best on that front. Now for the gameplay part for Amnesia Descent. As for that one particularly pertains to the puzzles. And actually this goes for Soma as well, but more so for Amnesia because the puzzles were more engaging in Descent. So, one thing that most games do, and most games do it this way, and it's what I'm used to, and it's actually, there are a lot of cuts in both those games from me, because I had a hard time figuring out the puzzles in both games. The reason why I found this out, I realized this. Most games have one way of completing puzzles, and you have to find that one way in order to do it, and that's the way I was trying to do it in both those other games, Soma and Descent. That's not how Frictional does their puzzles. The way they do their puzzles, and especially in Descent, and I'm assuming, and this game is another Amnesia, so I'm assuming they're going to do it the same way they did it in Descent rather than Soma, is that there'll be a puzzle in the environment or whatever, and then you might have something in your inventory, you might have a tool or two in your inventory, there might be things around the environment. Point is, there are multiple ways that you can solve a single puzzle, and whichever way you think of doing it is basically the way you can do it. Like, even more so in Amnesia, The Dark Descent, the way that I solve certain puzzles is not the way other people solve certain puzzles. Like, here's one example, if you've ever seen it. In the Cistern Hall, to get the bridge to go to the morgue, what I did was straight up, I couldn't even figure that one out myself at all. I couldn't even figure that one out myself. I actually had to look it up on the internet. So the method I used was from what I found on the internet. But the way I did it was I straight up jumped from one bridge to another, which damages you too. It's crazy. Another way you can do it, there are rocks on the bridge. You can just throw a fucking rock on the fucking bridge and it'll lower. It's that easy. Now, that part of it, in and of itself, I would have been able to do on my own, but, like, in order to... There are more steps to it than just lowering that bridge. You have to get to the point where you can lower the bridge in the first place, and I couldn't figure that part on my own, and so that part is the reason why I had to look it up. And when I do puzzles, when I have to look stuff up, I just look up the whole thing, because I'm not going to sit there and look up, like, how to do the first step, and then steps 2 through 5 I don't know how to do. So I just look at the whole thing. But I'm gonna be doing it for, like, when it comes to narrative, I'm gonna be looking around the environment, and when it comes to gameplay, I'm gonna be there'll probably still be cuts, but I'm gonna try to do these puzzles in different ways, because I know this game's gonna have puzzles in it. I'm predicting this game is gonna be a 9.8 out of 10. Who knows? Maybe this game will be the first game I do that it gets a completely perfect record. The first thing I gotta say right off the bat, though, is that this game's music already is not quite the same. Cause in The Dark Descent, man, you go into that main menu and your asshole clenches immediately. I'm not getting that feeling in this one. So, but I have no doubt that it's still gonna be good. Well, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll go ahead and get started, I suppose. One thing I want to mention up front is I recorded my introduction like 3 weeks ago, very separate from everything else. So if I end up repeating something or whatever, you know, from the introduction, then my apologies. But that's just the way it's gonna go. So I will tell you this. What I know about this game is that it takes place in like a pyramid or tomb or some shit like that in, I think, Egypt, instead of the castle like from Brandenburg, and that's all I know. Whoa. I'm actually using headphones, so I'm gonna keep it on home cinema. Amnesia Rebirth. Also, this is the real main menu. Although the main menu theme still isn't as good as The Dark Descent. Why? Here's the first thing I'm checking. Actually, the first thing is controls. Yeah, is it going to be the exact same thing, basically? Oh! That's interesting. So there is some new shit here. Open reminders, open notes tab. Okay. Throw, run, analog. So, okay, so the shoulder buttons are all the same. Inventory is the same too. Crouch. Okay, that's weird. Toggle amulet, wherever the hell that is. Toggle match. So I take it then that the match replaces the lantern. Text over. Oh no, toggle lantern. There's still a lantern. So what the hell then? What's the big deal with the match? I don't get that. Check belly. What the fuck? I'll find out as it goes along, but the main shit is still there. Invert the axis. Good to go. Another major thing though. That do. Oh my god, you can change the goddamn volume. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, you couldn't do that in The Dark Descent. It pissed me off. Like, I had to turn up my mic even more. Right now, my mic level is where it always is when I record shit. So if I sound low or anything like that, I shouldn't. If I do, I don't know, I'll review this shit. So if I do, I'll just turn it up. But this is about my normal level. When I recorded The Dark Descent, I had to turn my mic way up. Back. Game. Why not? What? It's whatevs. Alright. That's enough though. I've already recorded my introduction, so I'll just go right into it. New game. Amnesia Rebirth. God, I've been wanting to play this game for a while. Frictional games, you are the shit. This game should not be played to win. Immerse yourself in the world and the story. Fear and darkness are your enemies.
There is a moment when you realize what the pain has made of you. In hiding, curled in on yourself, unable to show the world your face. Acting on instinct, lashing out, even at those closest to you. Time has passed, and time is a thief. It has stolen your memories. The agony has faded, but so has every precious moment of joy. You have been hollowed out from the inside, and there's nothing left of the person you used to be. But you try. You try to remember how to smile. You try to remember how to love. And one day you crawl out from your hiding place and step back into the world. And then, every day, you do what you must to survive.
Oh. 1937, so in the past, but not as far back as The Dark Descent.
Nothing. Don't worry.
Pretending it's not there won't make it go away.
Salim, it's just turbulence. It'll settle down soon.
Yes, yes, I know. It's hard though. You know, your head tells you one thing, but your heart disagrees.
Try to sleep.
I couldn't. I keep imagining what might go wrong.
I know someone who can help you.
Who's that? Marka. Oh, I had no idea you brought him.
I didn't want him to be lonely.
I know, Mark. It's good for him to have an adventure, but he'll be glad when this journey's over, I think. He's had a hard life.
And there's so much more to come.
Alex? Harry, him.
Jasmine, get up here! Hello. Hello, this is Algiers. Can anyone read me? Mayday! Mayday! This is Cassandra. Do you read?
Don't forget. Don't lose it. No. No, come on. Need to find him. He must understand. Don't forget. It's her. It's all because of her. Focus! I am Tessie. I am still Tessie. What? Where?
I see that. This is starting out way more intensely than the other one so far.
Lose yourself.
What is this? You need that drink? Laudanum. That's the help.
Laudanum. It will help, but you must try to keep calm, or it will get worse. Do not allow yourself anger. Do not allow yourself to fear. You understand me, Tasi?
What happened? Where are they all? Where's Salim?
Oh. Okay, I can already tell how this is like Soma for the story. I can already tell how they're approaching it. I want to know. Okay, I can see everything. Okay, real quick, I want to mention I'm not just like staring down at her tits, right? I mean, I am technically, but that's not my intention. I assume a lot of people, when it comes to first-person game, one of the first things I do is look down to see how much of their body you can see. Sometimes you can see nothing. Sometimes you can just see their legs or something. Outlast is the best one, because Outlast is the one and only game I've ever played before, a first-person, where you can see the dude's entire body. Now, you can see her entire body right now, but is that all the time, or is that just because she's sitting down? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Yo, I can already do, like... Oh, sorry. Let's see. Reminders, memories. Laudanum. I know.
My book. My handwriting. I don't remember.
You know, one thing I gotta say though, immediately. I don't want to come off negative, but I'm gonna come off negative, the same way I did for the Dark Descent. Although for the Dark Descent it was first controls for the audio thing. It is very cliche to start off a story with a plane crash or helicopter crash. And in fact, Outlast 2 did that. Where it started off with a helicopter crash. Now, if there is a legitimate in-game lore reason as to why this thing went down, and I know that there's probably some reason, but I mean like a legitimate good one, not just for the sake of it happening. Outlast 2 had a reason, but its reason was so perfunctory that it might as well not even been a reason. Then I will throw this complaint out the window. Does it? Oh, it goes back. I like that. When you rotate it, it actually it goes up to you. I like that. What the shit? Oh.
Mrs. Ritter. Mr. Hanechi.
Doctor.
Hello?
That's
Are you there?
the doctor. I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Hello. This is Tasi. Damn it. Useless.
This is
Oh.
Dr. Metzia. Mrs. Ritter. Salim.
I like her accent. Now here's the funny thing about her accent, real quick, is that like it's like earlier when she said she was like focus or whatever like that, right? I am Talisi or whatever she said. You're not gonna lie, man. Like the subtitles. The subtitles said focus. I heard fuckers. So like, if it weren't for the subtitles, dude, I would have thought she was just calling everybody on the plane a bunch of fuckers.
Salim. Eva.
Oh, this is a different inventory from what's it called. Cockpit door handle. The handle to the Cassandra's cockpit door. Oh, so the Cassandra is of course the plane. Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
Can I not take it out without having to... Inventory, you can use an object world by pressing that.
Cassandra This is Amnesia. Please, say something.
Oh. A brightly lit outside spacious area, not something I'm used to with frictional games. So far, a rather beautiful soundtrack, though. What?
Help! For God's sake, help me!
I remember people were hurt in the crash. I was here, I think.
Oh. Are you gonna have some guilt from whatever
Where
happened?
did they go? Where's Salim?
As I said before, Soma.
It's all right, my friend. We'll get you out.
Soma does environmental storytelling, so I am in fact going to be looking around the environment just to see what I can see.
Leon, Jonathan, give us a hand here.
Now I know that I'm not going to be finding every little thing out, but I'm still going to look to see what I can't extrapolate. Let's see.
In my case, left side, bandages, quickly.
In your case, huh? Oh, right, can you see? You can see your whole body! Yo, this is the second game I've ever played, with only Outlast being the other one. Dude, this game gets a +1 from me just for that, dude. You can see your whole body. I love it. Frictional games. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I'm gonna stay the fuck away from that thing.
No, Rachel!
Okay, so Rachel's fucked. He mentioned something about a bag though and some bandages in it, so where are these bandages?
Christ and his little angels. We are fucked here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, there's a case, a suitcase type deal. Nothing. Ah. Any items I can use around here? No. Well, oh, it's alright. Does there's anything I can use around here? Honestly, I can't really tell, like, much. I mean, like, okay, so, like, the flashbacks, I know what's going on here because of flashbacks, right? They're trying to help people out here and because of the crash. And so this game is going to be about piecing, before I can tell so far, this game is going to be about piecing together what happened after the crash, which I'm fine with. Is that thing, yeah, what the fuck is that? Actually, looks like a bird. Actually, you know what, if I go to it, it's probably not going to fuck with me. But do I want to risk it?
I'm going to fry out here.
Oh. Oh, shit. Realistic. Oh, and that'll keep the player from going out of bounds. Because if you go out there, you're just fucked. Fuck it, I'm gonna go for this. Hey, asshole. Yeah, he just flew away. Was it like a giant buzzard or some shit?
God.
Why the fuck are these things buried though? Was that an animal from one of the plane people? Passengers? Oh, I'm gonna bet you that noise is from being out in the sunlight for too long.
Wait, Hank.
But we've no choice. We need to get them to shelter.
I know. It's Salim. He's hurt. You know what he's like.
Let's get him down there, then you and I can sit on him while the doc takes a look. Don't worry. The caves aren't far.
You and I can sit on him.
Caves. Caves.
Talise, you like sitting on people's faces? Yes, I had to make a sexual comment, I'm sorry. It happens every now and then. To be fair, I did not at any point sexualize her body, even though you can see it this whole time. But when someone gives you just an easy remark like that, come on. I've never really seen The Office, but like Michael, whatever the fuck his name said, that's what she said. She looks funny when she runs. Based on her shadow. She looks like a little chicken. Can I get in the shade? Oh, there we go.
Salim! Salim, are you there?
Whew. Okay, here's one thing I want to mention too. I just saw this too, dude. Like, in Brennenburg Castle, someone didn't do this, but Amnesia did. In the Brennenburg Castle, they made it so that darkness is an enemy. Because of the way it interacts with your sanity and the way that sanity interacts with the enemies. Dude, this game is doing the opposite. This game is making light an enemy. Oh god. Frictional, frictional, frictional. You fucking geniuses. Dude, you know this reminds me of to a degree too? Uncharted 3. When you're wandering around the desert. And then when Nathan Drake is so tired he's almost dead from dehydration and heat stroke, and then he still manages to have a complete shootout with a bunch of assholes. Here's one thing though, suspension of disbelief wise. So like, these guys came here before. Never mind. Scratch exactly what I was about to say. Never mind. I was about to say something, and what I was about to say would have basically said, hey, you have no understanding of this story at all, do you? Even though it just started. Never mind. Oh? Girl, come on. Oh, so she either has short hair or her hair's in a bun. There we go. And in there is where everything's gonna get fucked.
Oh, there is a cave.
Yep. Save and exit, that's what I figured.
Oh, thank God.
But it's good, isn't it? People have been here.
So, we'll be shot with salt instead of dying of thirst. I agree.
Leon.
What? No point getting your hopes up. We're in this shit.
Why would I want to skip that? It's a story element thing. So is that sound going to be used, like, narratively other than just for the light, or no? Like, if an enemy approaches, is it going to make that? Right now I'm too... Dude, it's like, I just visited somebody who had a cockroach infestation where they live. So if I see a bug, oh my god, I'm seeing a lot of bugs. I don't like bugs right now, dude. Well, I don't never do, but I really don't like them right now. Oh my god.
Dearest Susan, dearest Alfie, the stories don't do this place justice. It is amazing. You've never seen anywhere as busy as the market in Algiers. The smells, the flavours, the colours, and oh, the noise. I may have picked you both up a little something. You never know your luck. All my love, always. Dad.
What accent is that? I'm not even really gonna guess. I'm not really gonna guess. Like when I played Tomb Raider, I guessed that Alara was fucking like Australian. What the fuck? So I'm not even gonna guess. I don't know accents. Oh. Alright, here we go. This is where the true point of the game begins. Am I ready for this? I can safely say absolutely fucking not, but I gotta do it anyway. Let's do it. You know, one thing though about this game too, that's like, oh, can I go back out there or no? Nope. Another thing about this game too, dude, and this is a frictional game in general, this game, once again, just like Soma, and especially Dark Descent, has horrific loading times.
It's alright. I can manage.
Come on. Not far now. Hello? Is anyone there? Salim?
Ordinarily, I'd say it's a really dumb decision to sit there and call out somebody's name like that, but considering the fact that she doesn't know anything's wrong is going on, one crash, but she doesn't know anything nefarious is going on per se, and she knows that she was there before because of her amnesia shit, so I don't blame her actually, because she has no reason to be alarmed. Yet, anyway. Oh?
Hold him more tightly, or the stitching will tear.
I'm sorry. I will be still.
Salim, I have you. I have you.
So I might not have to do as much environmental storytelling here myself as I thought. Because, so here's the deal with environmental storytelling. And I think I'm going to change my approach to this game. The Dark Descent didn't really have it, and Soma had it a lot. And I was but I didn't realize that until much later on, so I didn't really use it. Now this game does have environmental storytelling, but here's the difference between this game and Soma's. With Soma's environmental storytelling, it told you everything, except you had to look in the environment. Like, if you looked in the environment, the story was there, hence environmental storytelling. This game so far is basically telling it to you literally to your face. So I don't even know if I'm actually going to have to look around the environment that much anymore. Laudanum, London. Ah, so these guys are Brits, huh?
This is us. Salim and me. I brought this here.
What is it? I had something to say to you. A whole speech, something poetic, but...
You don't need to say anything.
I know, it's just... I never thought this would happen. Any of this. You and me, I would never have imagined it.
Salim, there is no one I would rather spend my time with.
Really?
Really? Stop worrying. I'm in love with you, you idiot.
You are my heart, Desi Trianon.
I said no poetry.
Don't get me wrong, I still will look around the environment, but I feel like the game gives you a lot this time around. Oh, shit. I just realized something too. This is a fucking cave, which means it's gonna be easy as shit to get lost. Oh, god damn it. Well, this initial part of the system at least is gonna be nice. Here's the thing too. So Soma gave you, and yeah, I'm going to be comparing this game to Soma and the Dark Descent a lot. This game is more like Soma right now, because like with Soma, in the beginning of it, you were like in this peaceful place, and then you went to Pathos 2, and then that's where shit gets fucked. Right now, you're in a somewhat familial location, and everything's fine. Whereas in the Dark Descent, you're pretty much fucked immediately. James Henry Mitchell, Expedition Leader. Rachel Holt, Assistant to Dr. Mitchell. Alexander Melville Sterling, Expedition Sponsor. Richard Fairchild, Assistant to Mr. Sterling. Dr. Anton Metzier, Expedition Doctor. Leon DeVries, Mining Supervisor. Jonathan Weber, Engineer. Anastasia that last name, Engineering Drafter. Eva Ritter, Geologist. Lucas Ritter, Rifle. Okay, so like, is this, okay, so like, one thing I'm noticing here is that most of these people have a pairings of the same last names. So is it like almost like an entire thing just from married couples? Like, let's see, there's only one Weber, there's only one Metzier. Let's see. There's two Ritters. Actually, never mind. Most of them aren't. Never mind. Actually, most of them aren't married.
Where did they all go?
I don't know. But you should probably keep this map with you. Yo! Anyone who saw my Soma shit knows that I bitched a lot about the lack of a map, especially on the ocean floor parts of it, the segments of the ocean floor. This game gives you a motherfucking map. Now I know that fictional games never watch my shit. Most people haven't watched my shit. And so I'm aware that they do this because of me, and I'm aware that this map it isn't even reflective of the inner workings of these caves, but it gives me hope that there will be. But I still just find it very funny. So we're looking for treasure, looks like, because there's X's on this thing. Algeria, wherever the hell that is. 2 X's and a question mark. I'm trying to figure out what these guys were doing over here in the first place. Basically. Fuck was that?
Oh no.
Was that dead fucking body? All right. That's a dead fucking body. Girl, do you not, like...
Salim, I'm sorry. Without Lucas, I cannot bear it. The rest of you, this is not Salim's fault. I am of sound mind. Eva Ritter.
So shit got fucked, because she fucking killed herself. That's the matches. Okay. Oh, right, this is a 1937, so rather than using tinder boxes, they're using gotcha. Although I still don't understand why triangle is used for the matches, because wouldn't you just press R2 to interact with the shit? You can extinguish the flame. And watch him who's it you couldn't do that.
I know him. Lucas, I think.
Wasn't Lucas the Lucas, Ritter, Eva. Yeah, they are. Huh. So this married couple just off themselves. That's unfortunate. Okay, game, I can't fucking read / understand German. Bruh. I don't know what the fuck this says. Let's see. You know, fun fact about me, I took a class about the German language in my freshman and sophomore year of high school. And as you can imagine, since it was the public education system in the United States, I didn't learn a goddamn thing from it. Not true, actually. I learned how to count 1 through 10, and I learned how to say you're intoxicated. You want to know how to say you're intoxicated in German? Easy. In English, when you say you're blue, it means that you're sad. The word for blue in German is blau. Pretty simple, right? Well, to call somebody intoxicated in German, you say they're blue. In German, that means you're inebriated, not that you're sad. So if you say, you know, and then you is du sometimes, and is east. Sounds pretty similar, right? So you would say du ist blau, and that would mean you are blue, which means you're fucking intoxicated. Go to sleep. Take an aspirin. Wie ist die Welt so I can't read this shit, dude. I can't read this shit. So hold. I don't know what the fuck this is saying. Okay, game, like, if you're gonna give me a goddamn... Okay, here's the one negative for me, as of right now, right? So, files in a game like this are extraordinarily important for lore purposes. So if I can't read the fucking file, then that's a fucking problem. I don't know what the fuck that just said. I can't fucking read German. And you could say, well, you could just pull out some kind of translation application on your phone or some shit, right? Well, no. And there's two reasons for that. One is because if I were to use a translator type deal, then it would probably not be very accurate. Here's an example of one I know of that's not very accurate, is Japanese. Now, there are two things about Japanese that make let's say, Google Translate not as good as it could be. One is that the way sentences are structured is different, which Google actually has no problem with. But there's another part of Japanese that Google has no idea what the fuck it's doing with, and that is the lack of subjects. In English, when you talk about something, you include the subject. In Japanese, when you talk about something, you don't include the subject. As weird as that might sound, that's how it works. And so if you have an English, let's say if you have an English or Japanese sentence. Let's say if you have a Japanese sentence, right? And let's say it's about buying cookies from Walmart. Well, the subject will be absent from that. But in order to translate that into English, guess what you have to do? What Google has to do. It has to reinsert the subject. But since there's no subject in it, Google doesn't know which subject to use, so it just kind of improvises. And every time it gets it wrong. And I feel like it'd be a similar deal with German. Here's the other reason why. Because I said there were two reasons why I wouldn't use a translator. One is because it probably wouldn't really work in the first place, but two, I shouldn't have to fucking do it in the first place. Use a goddamn translator for a goddamn game. So as of right now, this whole German thing is a -1, but it could be a +2. And here's why it could be a +2. It's plain and simple. Because this is a cave. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this took place in like some kind of tomb or pyramid or something. Regardless though, this game could be in an area where the predominant language is not English. Therefore, as an item to acquire later on could be a translator. And German could be one of the languages used to translate. So if that ends up being the case, then I'll give this game a +2, because that's cool, that's really cool. If not, then it's a -1, because I'm getting German notes and I don't know what the fuck they're saying.